Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. Michael Branch, CTO of Ripple, alerts us to a suspicious transfer of 410 million XRP. However, it isn't what has people guessing. There was an odd 20 XRP gas cost attached to the transfer. Those of you who are familiar with the XRP ledger will be aware that a transaction can be signed with very little XRP. Things that make you go, So, David Schwartz did comment on this because of the high price of gas. Pro XRP enthusiast Saul took to X to share his discovery while exploring XRP scam. Prominent XRPL explorer. He claims to have noticed the activation of an XRP address on October the 11th. This has sparked considerable curiosity among the XRP army due to its unusual details, prompting Ripple's Chief Technology Officer David Schwartz to add additional insight to unravel the details of the transactions. That makes sense, it's the first clue. What really got his attention, though, was the related cost of 20 XRP and the astounding amount of 410 million XRP that it brought into the freshly established wallet. As stated below, the standard amount of XRP is 0.000001. Not a major deal after all, since Saul alerted the XRP community to the issue by asking if a cost of 20 XRP is typical for a payment. He also included a screenshot proving the score to be 20. In this case, the charge was 20 XRP, although the total amount exchanged was just 410.69 million XRP. I wonder whether they meant to set the cost to 20 drops instead of 1 million. And we're off by a factor of 1 million in this copy I have by David Schwartz. So, according to him, they could have charged only 20 XRP, or roughly $10. The XRP system can send transactions for fractions of pennies, as mentioned below, at 0.00001 XRP, which would be 10 drops or 20 drops, but we're off by a factor of 1 million. That's a more plausible explanation. However, a bizarre cost of 20 XRP has been imposed. Perhaps it's just a typo or an out-of-the-ordinary XRP transaction. So I wanted to say thanks to Michael for bringing that to our attention. Of course, custody and cryptocurrency will be in the spotlight, though perhaps not so much for retail because, holding our cold wallet storage solutions like a Ledger Nano is how we custody our cryptocurrency. Just as if you had a vault in your house and the combination was hidden somewhere, or a safety deposit box at a bank or something. It was an intriguing move when Ripple bought the medical center's Sumo Saba here, and he just posted about it on meadco.com/talks this week. I might as well mention that they'll be giving a discussion here on Thursday, October 19, 2023, at our live Medical Talks event. We've got Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, coming in to talk about the company and the impending move to the Internet of Value. So, yeah, not really, that's the first thing we'll be discussing, not crypto or custody. However, due to the fact that everyone would require an enormous amount of crypto, the Internet itself will undergo a radical transformation. And by people, I mean those who are involved in the use of the technology in some way, be it as investors or business owners. The first order of business is to learn as much as possible about the Internet of Value and why you'll need Medico to have so much cryptocurrency in custody. Okay, secondly, the function of Ripples in facilitating the passage of non-financial businesses through this change. Here we have Ripple stating, okay, and here's what you've got to do. The key to evaluating the market potential and meeting the basic needs for its full manifestation is in understanding the strategic rationale underlying Ripple's emphasis on institutional digital asset infrastructure. As for the fourth, please provide your thoughts on the future of Ripple and the partnership between Ripple and Medico. For me, that is the least intriguing part. Looking at the bigger picture, though, it seems clear that they want their institutional clients to be prepared for the Internet of Value and not left behind. To what extent can a variety of cryptocurrencies be accommodated for various types of transactions? Many of these, in fact, are possible on the XRP ledger. As a result, XRP is the most practical cryptocurrency to use for these kinds of deals. Of course, you already knew that because it's an open blockchain. In addition, businesses may need to acquire or employ a different cryptocurrency to complete these transactions, depending on their specific goals. So, it's kind of an educational event, folks. In the video I posted this morning, I touched on how the International Monetary Fund, IMF, is emphasizing the importance of education, and how Ripple is doing the same thing at the same time. As a result, Brad has decided to give this presentation at the Medico Lectures. Just wanted to say thanks to Central Sumo Savage for posting the video I watched this morning, which I will link to in the upper right corner. A group of Japanese financial institutions, including RippleNet Technology, MUFG Fujitsu, and NTT Data, are exploring a decentralized identity system as well. 8 companies, including banking behemoth MUFG, the Law Office, Anderson, Mori, and Tomo Tsun, have launched the Digital Identity or the DID, and Variable Verifiable Credential Creation Consortium to investigate potential new applications for decentralized identities. And several Web3 firms, such as Fujitsu by Toe, Penn Digital, and NTT Data, so not all of these guys are banks, but the banks that are part of this are part of that consortium of banks that are committed to RippleNet. So Digital ID, just kind of that next step right or part of the Internet of Value. The consortium will pursue several selfness however, no, not even separate or pursued self-sovereign identity functionalities allowing users to authenticate themselves online. And streamlining Know Your Customer procedures and finances are only 2 examples of how the privately run DID initiative could benefit a community's economy. The initial set of enterprises who joined the DID project is hoping to expand its membership. The group cast a wide net, soliciting participation from academic institutions, blockchain-based businesses, and financial service providers. Tokenizing everything that has to be known that the right individuals are executing the correct duties or, the appropriate transactions is obviously going to be vital in this new tokenized economy, so this is effectively expediting KYC. They're trying to stop identity theft and fraud because, we don't want that. The other aspect I don't like is that it allows the government to monitor people's activities with relative ease. I understand, though. And if the world is being tokenized, then this is the next natural step, and I get why they're seeing and doing it. As you can see, the digital revolution is permeating every sector of the global economy. The Philippines Tuala, India's National Payment Corporation, and PCI, which is also a Ripple partner, and Argentina are all looking into potential solutions for digital IDs. I would never trust this kind of technology with a private company or the government. Examples of government-run digital ID offerings include WorldCoin, remember that fiasco? Kenya, Germany, and Argentina have all taken action against its iris scanning project. But when a firm says something like, yeah, I'll just scan your iris here, and we'll give you a cookie or whatever they promise you at the end, I don't understand why people do it. Anyway, it's an intriguing idea, and we can see where it's headed. These Japanese institutions have joined the Ripple consortium to work on a decentralized identity system. Unique and intriguing information. The Reserve Bank of Australia, which is also a Ripple partner, has found similar results. This suggests that tokenization might save Australia's economy $11 billion, not million, per year. You can understand why they have made this choice. Reserve Bank of Australia Assistant Governor Brad Jones presented the bank's findings on the effects of DLT and tokenization on the economy today. Australia's central bank will outline its central bank digital currency CBDC roadmap in the middle of 2024. Hypothetical assessments indicated up to $4 billion in annual transaction cost reductions, and another $13 billion in decreased cost of capital guys on Australia's financial markets. Tokenization, which Australia is getting ready to implement, has the potential to raise trade volume significantly, resulting in narrower bid-ask spreads. The numbers are based on past examples of innovations that led to price drops and market expansion. What were these Australian data, you ask Matthew, and why did you bring us some of these information? We notice that the BIS published research on the impact of DLT and spreads for asset-backed securities and found considerable improvements. Tokenized assets, if used by the Reserve Bank of Australia, may save the institution billions. Two simulations, as we've seen, estimate a savings of $4 to $13 billion. Finally, the report on Australia's tokenized financial future is here. We're aware of the trajectory, and we know that these folks have already established a connection with Ripple. Several clarifications are in order, beginning with some of the features that might distinguish a tokenized financial ecosystem, and so they provide a table here displaying the stylized evolution of wholesale asset market technology. So, we're making the transition from the tangible to the tokenized, with categories like trade, settlement, and ownership records platforms. Information updates in the physical world lag behind those in the digital world, so making them tokenized will speed things up. This will also reduce the need for intermediaries in the central market, as well as reduce the time spent on market making and reconciliation. Manual, ink servicing capabilities are becoming increasingly automated and programmable. We can see the value now, and they are actively working to advance this tokenized infrastructure beyond their initial goals. Oh, it's all going to be done on computers. This is like a computer with superpowers, guys. Here's a second graph showing potential savings on transaction costs in a hypothetical scenario. And if you're interested, I've included links to it all in the video's description. Cost savings are an obvious advantage, and they're beginning to see that. In the accompanying Twitter thread description, Matthew Law New York also includes the government link there. More demand for cryptocurrencies that address real-world issues will result from a tokenized world. The data is there if you're interested in digging deeper. And you know, the more I think about it, the more likely it seems that the top of the bull run in 2025 will coincide with the beginning of this real utility in a meaningful capacity, meaning that true demand will emerge for cryptocurrencies like XRP and XLM and Algorand and HBAR and Quant and XDC, all those cryptocurrencies, where we see true value. But men think about this possibility, in case real-world utility and the spec bull run overlap due to market liquidity. Only if those cryptocurrencies were already extremely liquid could they possibly leverage that to their advantage, driving prices substantially higher. This XRP volume by currency update is interesting to note, and I for one hope that this is what we will see. However, I do not claim that this is necessarily the case. This is the current sum being transferred into XRP from various crypto assets. The Korean won accounts for nearly half, 48.97%, of all XRP purchases. The US dollar, USD, comes in at a distant second, 37.32%, followed by the US dollar, USD, and a slew of other fiat currencies, including Bitcoin, the Canadian dollar, the Brazilian real, and many more. It's fascinating to see that Korea is still responsible for a sizable chunk of this. This is all really interesting to consider. This doesn't even come close to capturing the full scope of what we saw. And once we do, in fact, witness that real-world utility, we will likely see that it began in 2025, or at least began in 2025, if we continue with this assumption. At the height of the bull run, you'll have that XRP liquidity being drummed up by FOMO. But on top of that, to supercharge it, the real demand hitting guys will blow these numbers out of the water, but it takes time and patience. From Lord XRP, here's a glitch again. Why are we only seeing glitches on the XRP chart guys today, which was yesterday? Is there any way to acquire a reading on the CHF2 XRP? It's only supposed to be 2.24 Swiss francs as you can see here from Google, so if it was 4,394, it would be roughly 98.55 XRP, which is the equal of about $4.871 USD per XRP. Guys, why do we keep seeing these glitches? As of right now, all we're seeing are XRP errors, and I can't help but wonder why. If you see any additional glitches with other cryptocurrencies, please let me know. What is going on in the background that is causing these problems to manifest themselves? Are we being set up for a future of tokens? It's fascinating that the XRP ledger will power everything in the Internet of Value tokenization, but Brad Garland House will be the one responsible for educating the public on the topic. This also sheds additional perspective on the unusually high cost of 20 XRP. It's all over today. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.